My name's David Green. I'm the Superintendent in the University of Cambridge's Department of Engineering. In 2010, we carried out an exercise to look at the performance of our cooling systems in our data centres. We have 2 data centres in the Department of Engineering. The reason for us focusing in on looking at that particular issue was that the university had introduced an electricity incentivisation scheme where we were set targets to work within. Clearly, looking at our base load here, we could see that the electricity consumed by our data centre was a significant part of the base load. So we went through the exercise to look at what the benefits, what the options were for change. And one of the other drivers for this, as well as savings, was actually we had planned expenditure coming in where we wanted to increase the amount of server capacity in our data centres. So prior to us changing the cooling system, we had a cooling capacity of about 75 kilowatts. Our projected demand was 150 kilowatts. So we were in a situation where we had overcommitment on the electricity incentivisation scheme and also teaching and research demands requiring more equipment to be put into the data centre. So following the exercise that we went through in terms of looking at what the options were, we chose evaporative cooling, we chose EcoCooling, and we installed their system via a tender process. We're now seeing we've got a cooling capacity of 150 kilowatts, and I'm seeing basically my cooling load being about 10% of that. We've logged that on a weekly basis through our building management system and could demonstrate really the savings that we've achieved. We've met what we set out to achieve here with the EcoCooling system. We worked closely with EcoCooling in tweaking that to give us the level of control that we wanted to. We also liaised as well through EcoCooling with other commercial companies such as M24/7 in Manchester, and together the 3 of us I think have worked very closely to solve issues and to develop the systems which we have now got in our data centres. We really were, I mentioned I think earlier on that we have 2 data centres in engineering. We went ahead with installing the EcoCooling into the first data centre in 2010 and ran that throughout 2011, and we looked at performance. We've looked at performance when we've had high humidity, we've looked at performance when we've had high external temperatures, we've looked at sort of issues of air quality as well within the installation. All of those issues we were satisfied with. You know, even the odd few days in July 2011 where we had external temperatures up in the just over 30 C, bit unknown for the UK, I appreciate, but we were impressed with that performance to the point that we then commissioned a second contractor to change the cooling in our second computer room. So this is a computer room that we use essentially for teaching of our undergraduates. It contains a lot of the servers that support that activity. That installation was completed just before Christmas of this year, and whilst that data centre at the moment is still being populated with servers, we're actually seeing even better savings on this one with the EC fan technology that's been installed in that data centre and the Le Creuset control. We're seeing even more savings than we did with the original one that we completed in 2010. Just to give you approximate figures, our first data centre, we're seeing a PUE of about 1.1. It's early days, but the data centre that we've just completed is indicating that we've got PUE of less than 1.1. So we're really pleased with that. And what we're doing within the university as a whole is promoting that, because clearly within Cambridge we've got many data centres, and we're trying to share that knowledge with other departments within the university and also within other HE establishments within the UK. Obviously being in the higher education sector, we feel a requirement to spread that and promote what we're doing so that we can share that knowledge with other people that may have a benefit to them as well. And we feel that the relationship that we have with EcoCooling has enabled us to develop that further and to promote that technology to the benefit of many.